Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. All clear, no issues. Okay, that's amazing. So, how was your day, guys? How was your day? Good, great, amazing, awesome, not so good. Did like breakup happened? What happened today? Like, I need some gossip, man. Today I didn't get any gossip from my friends, so I need some gossip right now. How was your day, guys? How was your day? Good, nice, amazing. Okay, that's really great to hear from you guys. Great, awesome, guys, awesome. So that's really good to hear. Okay, okay. What about you? So my day was a bit okayish. Like I've started working on new things as well. So yeah, so new things, new work to be done. It feels good. I love to do new things, but that is the point. Like my brain needs to work at all times, so I had to drink a lot of coffee to make it work. Coffee makes my brain work. If I don't get coffee, my brain like just stops working half of the time. Okay, no issues in that. But nevertheless, college fest is going on. That's great to hear. My college fest. One of the years I had a college fest. We had hailstorm in the middle of the college fest itself. So that first I thought somebody threw a rock at my head because that also happens a lot in college fests itself. But yeah, it was not some guy, but it was God throwing rocks on us. Like they were like low. Okay, good, good, amazing, guys, amazing. Uh, okay. Moving on. Yesterday, guys, we learned about all the different things about how the internet works. Okay, and all these things. I think so. You guys were clear with it in our yesterday's class. The get request, the response that is sent back right over there, and all this that we have learned in our yesterday's class. So today, our aim is to see that practically. Okay, that is the aim of today's class, to see all that we have learned in our yesterday's class theoretically, how to make our very own backend, how to make our very own Node.js, Express.js server, and yeah, so that will be the aim of today's class, guys. I applied for the citizenship, but there's no response for that. Mohan, almost 2,000 students applied for the citizenship program, and we just have 3 volunteers working on top of it. So it might take us a little bit time, Mohan, to reach out to you. Sometimes in the cases, students don't pick up the calls. Okay, so that is also a big problem for us, because if you don't pick up the call, we just like move on to the next person. So make sure if somebody's calling you from DevTown, just pick it up, right? Okay. So job batao na mast wala. Yeah, you can be okay. So Priyanshu, probably one of the best jobs in the entire world, which I think is to become let's see, like a golden retriever caregiver. Like if I ever want to change my job roles, I will definitely join like a center for dogs. Okay, especially if like they are dealing with golden retrievers, and I will love to work there. Like that would be my dream job, having like somewhere around 20-30 golden retrievers that you're caring for. That would be amazing, right? Okay. Okay, so that's good, guys. Susie is fine. Susie is great. Susie is amazing. We took her for a spa session 2 days ago, so she smells like heaven right now. Okay, good. Okay, so shall we start with today's class, guys? Please let me know. Shall we start with our today's class? Please let me know, guys. Do you have tattoo? Yeah, I have a lot of tattoos. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tattoos. I have 8 tattoos. I'm planning to get 2 more in May first week. I'll get 2 more tattoos then. I love tattoos, so yeah, tattoos are also something that I'm a part of. I got my first tattoo with my mom. So my mom, I told her that, dude, I'm going to get a tattoo. You can come with me, watch me get a tattoo, or I'll get it in the secret. That is up to you to decide. But I'm going to get one. So she was like, okay, let's go together. Okay, I will see you getting tattooed. first, I thought that it is going to pain a lot. It did a lot. But yeah, that was also something that I've taken up to be a part of. Small tattoos, not big, right? Okay, so shall we start with this class, guys? Please let me know. Tell the difference between React and Node.js. Nikhil, it is the same difference between hey, have already done this, right, Nikhil? React.js is a front-end technology used to build like the tables and the chair where the user is going to sit and eat its food. But Node.js is basically just an environment inside of which JavaScript can run properly in the backend on the servers. So see, guys, whenever you ask a question, think about it logically first. Okay, very many of you guys don't think before asking a question. This is a very, very, very bad thing to do. Always remember this, guys. This shows a lack of IQ. This shows a lack of IQ. That's not a very good thing to show. I always promote that, okay, whatever questions that you guys want to ask, you guys can ask me. But whenever you do that, just think about what question you're going to ask. Think about it logically, okay, and think about what I have taught you guys, how you can connect it to it. Then go asking the questions. For example, Mohammed has asked difference between Node.js and Express.js. I've already taught that. So that makes no sense. Like, I'm not going to answer such type of questions. For example, the difference between React.js and Node.js. Okay, I can understand that you don't know React.js, hence you're asking that question. So I can just tell you that React.js is used in the front end, Node.js is used in the back end. But anything more than that, you will have to learn React.js to understand it properly. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, that's we are very late to start. That is my issue. That is my problem. Let's get started. Okay, before we are able to start, guys, I'll take up the first attendance for today's class, so that students who are late, they are able to understand that I don't like people who are late. Okay, even if I'm late on one of the days, I usually just cancel the attendance on that day. I just don't take up the attendance. Because I don't want people to be suffering because of me. But yeah, you guys have to be on time in the class. So I'll be taking up the first attendance for today's class. There are going to be 2 attendances in today's class. If you guys miss on any one of the attendances, you have 0 attendance for today's class. Okay, keep that in mind. I can take up the attendance, second attendance in the middle of the class. I can even take up a third attendance as well. That depends upon my mood. If my mood is good within the class, I can leave it at just 2 attendances. If my mood is not good in the class, I can take up even 3 attendances as well. So that depends, right? So this is the first attendance for today's class, guys. Again, if you're missing out any of the attendance, you get 0 attendance for today's class. And yeah, the attendance link is going to be closed at 8:28. Okay, at 8:28, the attendance link will be closed, guys. Okay, so we have given you guys the attendance link in the live chat. Please start filling up the attendance. At exactly 8:28, the attendance link will be closed. This is the first attendance of today's class, guys. There are going to be multiple attendances in today's class. Any one of the attendances if you guys are missing, then you get 0 attendance for today's class. Okay, it's not as if, sir, there are 3 attendances, I filled one of the attendances. No, that is still counted as 0. Sir, there were 3 attendances, I filled up 2 attendances. That is still counted as 0. Okay. So you'll have to fill up all the 3 attendances to get the attendance for today's class. Okay, the attendance is there in the live chat. The attendance link will be closed exactly at 8:28, guys. Okay, so please start filling up the attendance as soon as possible. That will be my session for you. That is all that I can say for you. In the meanwhile, I'll just pop out the chat, guys, so that I'm able to see the chat as well while coding. And I will. Do you know Kannada? I have learned 2 words, Alidira and Bartidira. The reason that I have learned these 2 words is because to talk to cab drivers. Like, that is something that is important, right? So I have also applied for citizenship response. No, so Dolphy, do I have to like individually answer for every person? I've already answered this question, right? I explained today itself in the class. So every person who's asking the same question will have the same response as well, right? It is not a new response for you. Okay. What did I want to search for? Okay, yeah, repel it. Okay. I have not told you guys about it, so I will have to search for Google then. Okay. 3 attendance checkpoints is a good system. Cougar Town has been with us for I don't know how many years. Fucking like, how many boot camps have you attended, Cougar Town? Like, what are you planning to do? Like, collect certificates? But no issues in that. I really like his enthusiasm. That's really good right over there. Okay. So I'm attending the classes for but 2 days. I'm not able to Google form. I'm eligible for certification. It depends upon my mood. If my mood is good on the last day, I usually give the certificates out. If my mood is not good on the last day, I give certificates only to people who are having like 100% attendance. If it's okayish mood, then I give people, even if they have missed one attendance, I'll still give them. If my mood is very good, then I give people like certificates who have even missed 2 days of attendance. So it basically like so I recently received the letter of recommendation from DevTown. Madhur Srivastav just send an email to support@devtown.in. Okay, support@devtown.in. Madhur, just send an email for that. They will help you out with the same. Will that be fine? The previous bootcamp certificates are from Google and Amazon, not from Microsoft. Microsoft certificates are only for the citizens. That too, there's a separate bootcamp for them. Not everybody gets that. Okay. Redux bootcamp, when it happen, I have not yet decided, but yeah, I will think about it. Okay. Can you tell some basic topics that we should have already known? See, any type of knowledge till 11th and 12th standard is more than sufficient. Not more than that. More than that, you will have to learn everything from scratch. Okay, DSA bootcamp, I'm still planning for that. I'll definitely have it in the next month. But yeah, the date I've not yet decided till now. But I will definitely decide and let you guys know. Okay. Madhur Srivastav, you will get the same thing on email itself. You don't have to worry about it. Kannada speaking is very nice. I've just learned 2 words, not more than that. Like booleans or GPUs. Dude, GPU is something that you learn in like to second and third standard. Like, no matter what you do, there's no point in if you are going to learn like second and third standard stuff. Whatever words that you don't know, whenever they start coming up, you start learning it then itself. Bro, do you watch anime? I'm a huge anime fan. My mouse pad is of Goku itself from Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, I'm a huge anime fan. Okay, so again, guys, let's start with our today's class. Again, reminding you guys that we are going to learn everything from practical as well. Now, not everybody who is attending this boot camp has a laptop or a desktop. Please try to understand this, guys. Okay. Not everybody in this boot camp has a laptop or a desktop, guys. So what happens right over there is that they will not be able to learn it practically. That is the reason why I'm going to use an online coding environment. Instead of using something like VS Code that exists inside of your computer, locally you are programming, we are going to use an online coding environment, whereas think about it as VS Code on the internet. Okay, VS Code on the internet itself. So even if you are having a smartphone, you are having a tablet, you are having a smart TV as well, you don't have a laptop, you can still code everything, you can create the project, you can learn everything practically. So don't ask me why are we not using VS Code. This is the answer for that. So the platform that we are going to use, there are 2 platforms that I really like. Okay, the first platform is going to be Replit. Okay, you can use Replit or Code Sandbox. I'm going to use Replit for right now. If it works, it works. If it does not work, we'll go further with Code Sandbox. Okay, so you can just search for Replit on the internet. Okay, even I'm using the free version, as you're able to see right over here. I haven't purchased Replit. Okay, so I'm using the free version right now. So you guys, I'm using the free version for the past 3 years. So you guys can also do that, the same thing. You don't have to purchase anything right over here, guys. Okay, so once you log into the, again guys, please not code along with me. Listen to me very carefully. If you want to take down notes itself. That is all that I can say. Okay, so once you have opened up Replit, you are able to see this plus button on the top right corner. Are you guys able to see that plus button on the top right corner, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this plus button on the top right corner, guys? Please let me know. Yes. So just click on this plus button, guys, and you will get a lot of different templates from right over here. As you're able to see, HTML, CSS, JavaScript template, Python template, Node.JS template, C++ template. We're going to go with Node.js because we want to code in JavaScript. So we're going to go with the template of Node.js. Okay, it will give you all this shitty things. You can change the title if you want. That's up to you guys. and I've not like I've had the like free version, so I'm not going to do anything else and just create the ripple. It's as simple as that. Those who haven't heard me, again, you don't have to code right now, you just have to listen to me. So if you are coding right now and you are not listening to me, that is your fault. This is a YouTube video, you can scroll it and listen to me once again on how I created this coding environment itself. Okay, for right now, just focus upon what I'm teaching. So here, as you're able to see, there are 3 panels that are coming in front of us: on the left, the middle, and on the right itself, guys. These are the places that we are going to use to write our code, to check upon our code, and to make the backend itself. On the left hand side, it shows all the different files that are currently present inside of our computer. This is an online computer that has been given to you guys. Okay, think about it as an online computer where you're going to code. This is not on your desktop, this is not on your mobile, this is not on your computer. This is on some particular computer somewhere in the entire world. You don't know where that computer exists, but it is there. Okay, so the files that are accessible to you that you are going to use are on the left hand side. You can add more files, you can create folders, you can add files to that as well. But for right now, we are only having one file, that is index.js, as you are able to see right over here, guys. Okay, index.js. In the middle, you are having that file open up. This is where you're going to code. Okay, so index.js file, as you're able to see, that has been opened up in the middle. This is where we are going to write our code, guys. So we don't require to see the files. I'm just going to close it away. Okay, so we are having the particular coding place where we are going to write our code, and then the console right over here. So to make sure that the console starts running, just play on the play button. Okay, your console will start running right over there. Click on this, as you're able to see. Let me make it a little bit smaller. So you're having the console and something called a shell right over here. Are you guys able to see the shell? Console and shell, guys. So you might know shell by various different names. Okay, command line, okay, command prompt, or the terminal. So the shell is, so how do you interact with the computer? Let's talk about that. We interact with the computer by using our cursor. We interact with the computer using a GUI, that's a graphical user interface. Like folders are available to you guys as a folder. You are able to see that. So that is graphical in nature. So you call it as a graphical user interface. You interact with the entire of the computer through these like mouse and the keyboard and all this through cursor, and visually you interact with things. The shell or the command line interface or your particular command prompt or your terminal, whatever you guys want to refer it to as, is basically another way of communicating with your computer. Instead of using mouses and a visual interactive way of communicating with your computer, there are certain prompts, there are certain commands that you can directly give to a particular computer. For example, if I want to make a particular folder, what do? Let's see that. Okay, so here I want to make a particular folder. So I'll do a right click and then I'll go to new and I'll create a folder from right over here. Am I right, guys? Please let me know. I'll do a right click. I'll go into new. I'll go into folder. That is how I create a folder using the graphical user interface. Visually, this is how I do this. But using a particular command line, like what we are having right over here, I can just tell the computer to do this. Okay, for example, mkdir or make directory. So inside of terminal, inside of the technical language of a computer, you don't call this as a folder, you call it as a directory. Okay, there's nothing called as a folder, that's called as directory, guys. So make directory or mkdir and then the name of the folder, intro to Node. Let's keep it as simple as that, or intro to Express, whatever you guys want. Press enter. Okay, and that is going to create a folder for me. So as you're able to see, a folder has been created. But how can we check if a folder has been created or not? Usually when I create a folder right over here, if I do right click and then I click on new and then folder, a new folder will appear on my screen. I'm visually able to see that a new folder has come to our screen itself, right? Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. I'm visually able to see this, right? A new folder is appearing on my screen. But what if I want to check my particular folder from the command line itself? Very simple. Just type in ls. ls basically means list all the different files and folders that are currently there right now, wherever I'm currently located at in my computer. What are different files and folders? List them out. So that is ls, guys. If I press enter, as you're able to see, it is showing index.js, node modules, package log.json, intro to node, package.json, replit.next. Whatever is blue in color, that is basically a folder, guys. And whatever is white in color, that is basically a file. Okay, so that is how I'm able to identify which is the folder and which is the file as well. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. You can call it as list, you can call it as list stuff as well, but usually people just call it as list. Okay, we don't call it as list stuff because that looks a little bit unprofessional. We usually call ls as list. Okay, okay, so that is one more thing. If I want to check where am I currently present at in my computer, right now I'm in my desktop, right? I'm easily able to tell that I'm currently in my desktop. If I go into my file system, I'm able to see that, okay, I'm in the home of my computer itself. I'm in the home of my computer. If I go to desktop, I'm able to see that from the home, I'm currently present in the desktop right now. Okay, so I'm able to see it right over here visually. But again, the same thing, if I want to do it inside of the terminal, there are two ways of doing it. If I just want to know which particular folder am I currently present at, this is the name of that folder. Everything that is before the $sign is the name of the folder that I'm currently present at. But if I still want to see where I'm currently present at, I can just do pwd or print working directory or present working directory. Both are equally acceptable. Present working directory or print working directory, both basically where in which particular folder, which particular directory am I currently present at. Okay, so that is pwd, guys. If I press enter right over here, as you're able to see, I'm present inside of the messy connections, okay, which is present inside of a folder called as runner, which is present inside of a folder called as home. So that is how I'm able to identify where in the entire computer am I currently present at. Okay, print working directory or present working directory, both is equally right. Then what if I'm currently present in the messy connections? I want to go inside of the intro to node folder. I want to change my present working directory from messy connections. I want to open up the folder that is intro to node. To do that, you are having the command that is cd or change directory, guys. cd or change directory, and then I want to change it into intro to node. Now intro to node is very long, right? I don't want to type all that. I'm a very alsy person. Okay, very alsy. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put intr and I'm just going to press tab. That will auto complete it for me. I didn't write intro to node. I just write intr and then I press tab right over there and it just auto completes it. Okay, so I'll just press enter right over here, and as you're able to see right now, the $sign has changed, guys. The $sign has changed. Right now I'm present inside of the messy connections. Inside of that I'm present into the intro to node folder. That is what it basically identifies, the current path where I'm currently present at. Okay, now I want to create a new file. Okay, I want to create a new file. I want to create a file inside of this called as index.js. Okay, so to create a folder, we use mkdir, that is make directory. To create a file, we use touch. Okay, touch and then the name of the file that you want to create. So touch touch index.js. Okay, that is how I am able to create a new file called as index.js right over there. And yeah, if I do ls, as you're able to see, index.js is present inside of intro to node, guys. Okay, that is the only file present right over there, and I can vouch for it virtually as well. Like I can see that right over here. So intro to node and then index.js. I don't want this index.js. I'm just going to delete that. This is the new one. I'm going to keep it. So intro to node has an index.js file inside of it. So we'll stop right over here with the command lines. Whatever new commands that I want you guys to know, I will let you guys know, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, let's start working with the simplest of the stuff inside of intro to node. So first of all, let me open up our particular node.js.org. This is the official documentation of Node.js, guys. This is the official documentation of Node.js right over here. Sri Vivek, just send an email to support@devtown.in. They will be able to help you out with that. Okay, Sri Vivek, support@devtown.in. So as you're able to see right over here, guys, this is the official documentation of Node.js. We're going to learn into the docs. Okay, we'll go into the docs right over here. And this is the official documentation. As you're able to see, these are all the different additional features that Node.js provides to JavaScript, guys. These are all the additional features provided by Node.js to JavaScript. So console, crypto, debugger, deprecated APIs, DNS, domain, errors, events, file systems, globals. All these are additional features, guys. These are not present directly within JavaScript. JavaScript cannot do all these things. For example, JavaScript cannot, okay, JavaScript cannot access your files directly. It just cannot. It does not have that capability, and that is the reason why the browsers are safe, because browsers don't have Node.js inside of it. So JavaScript is not having the capabilities to access your files. But if Node.js is there, Node.js has this feature called as file system. This file system module helps JavaScript access files, change files, edit files, modify files on your behalf. So for example, let us see how we can use this particular module. So right now, because the current particular sandbox that we have created, Node.js is already installed right over here for us. Okay. And these are called as modules. Please do remember this. The technical term for all these are modules, guys. M-O-D-U-L-E-S, modules. Please do remember, technical terms are something that you have to remember. There's no point otherwise. Okay. So one of the modules is the file system modules, which helps JavaScript access and edit some files right over there. We're going to use one of the methods. Again, this is again a technical term. So think about a file, a module as a toolbox. Think about a particular module like file system as a toolbox. This toolbox will provide you all the tools that you require to deal with files, whether it be folders or files or anything right over there. Okay, you want to copy paste something, you want to edit a file, you want to change a file, you want to delete a file, anything that you want to do, okay, related to files. This particular toolbox called as the file system module has all the tools necessary to do that. Okay, and these are all the tools, guys. All these that you are able to see are the different tools that it provides you guys to help you do that. Okay, so we are going to use one of these tools, guys. Okay, one of these methods, and that is your copy file sync method, guys. A very simple method, guys. A very simple method. This method basically states that I'm going to copy something from one file and I'm going to paste it into another file. That is all that it does. Okay, I'm going to copy something from one file and I'm going to paste something into another file itself. Okay, that is what it does. Okay, so what will it be called? So where I'm copying stuff from, that will be the source file, right? And where I'm pasting that stuff, that will be the destination file. I think so. Source and destination is something that is very easily understandable. These are English terms. There's nothing related to programming. If I'm copying something from one file, that is called as the source file. And if I'm pasting something into another file, that is called as the destination file. Will you guys be able to agree with me on this? Please let me know. Will you guys be able to agree with me on this, guys? Please let me know. Yes? Okay. So what we're going to do right now is that we're going to go back into our coding environment. The first thing that we're going to do is we have to tell. So JavaScript is right now present inside of that environment. Okay, Node.js environment. So think about it in such a way. You are present inside of a Roman arena. Okay, there's a very big arena. You are a gladiator right over there. Okay, you have to fight a lion or some shit. And you're present in that arena right now. But it has everything. It has shields, it has swords, it has arrows, it has guns. Okay, whatever you want to kill that lion with, you have all the tools available with you. But you require that, right? You require it. It's not as if it's already in your hand. You cannot carry all this stuff in your hand, right? You as a person, you will have to require, I require the gun. I'm going to use this gun to shoot that lion, right? In the exact same way, you have to, JavaScript is right now present in the Node.js environment. The Node.js has all these different toolboxes right over there, but you will have to tell JavaScript that, dude, to run this particular program, to make this particular program work, you require this particular toolbox. That is the FS toolbox. The short form for file system is FS. Okay, so you require the FS toolbox, guys. So we have to tell that to JavaScript. So require FS, okay, the FS toolbox. Now the problem with this is that you have said that, okay, JavaScript, you require FS, but now he has to use it as well. To use it, he has to hold it. You have to save it somewhere. It's the same thing with the prompt, right? The prompt was giving the input of a user to us, but we were not holding on to it. It was just thrown at the background itself. JavaScript needs to catch that particular entire toolbox and hold it so that it is able to use it again and again. So we'll save the entire toolbox inside of a variable. We'll save the entire toolbox inside of a variable, guys. So we're going to create a variable var fs is equals to require fs. As simple as that, guys. Very simple, very easy. We require the fs module and we are saving it inside of a variable called as fs so that we are able to use it again and again and again. Now comes the second problem. Okay, can I do this? Pi is equals to 3.14. Pi is equals to pi plus 2. Can I do this, guys? Mohammed Arsad, because you are a beginner, you are a freshie, that is the reason why I'm starting with require, because you don't know what is the difference between require and import. That is the main problem. So I have to tell you guys both of it. Slowly and steadily, step by step. अभी तो पहला line of code लिखा है यार, उसी में question आ गए. रुको, सब सीखेंगे. Can I do this, guys? Can I do this? No, right? Why? Because the value of pi should be 3.14. How can I change the value of pi to be something else? If I do this var pi is equals to 3.14, I cannot update the value of pi to be 5.14. I shouldn't be able to do this at any particular time inside of my code at all. Why? Because pi is a constant. Pi is a constant. Its value once declared, that is 3.14, should never be able to change. But if I'm declaring it as a var, there is a huge probability that maybe I'm giving my code to some other developer, he comes there and changes the value. That shouldn't be the case. By mistake as well, it shouldn't get changed. That is a very big problem. So inside of JavaScript, to solve this problem, we don't declare it as a variable. We declare it as a const itself. Const basically means constant. Constant pi is equal to 3.14. Then I cannot do this. It will give me an error. Your code will not work properly. I cannot do pi is equal to pi plus 2. Because pi is now a constant itself. Its value can never be changed. It can be used, but its value cannot be changed, guys. It cannot be updated. It cannot be modified. Nothing. In the exact same way, we have saved our entire toolbox, fs toolbox, inside of this variable called as fs. Down the road, I can change the value of fs as 5. Fs is equals to 5. I shouldn't be able to do that. Fs should always contain that toolbox inside of it. So I'm not going to declare it as a variable. I'm going to declare it as a const itself. C-O-N-S-T, const right over there, guys. That is what I want to do. Const fs is equals to require fs. It will declare it as a constant so that I am not able to change. I'm not able to change the value of fs at any particular point of time in my code. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Constant, I think so. This is something that we have already learned in mathematics. Again, this is not a very new concept for you guys as well. This is a very old concept. I think so in maths, you guys have already learned about variables and constants itself. That shouldn't be a new thing for you guys to understand. But yeah, in JavaScript, this is how we implement it. Okay. The next thing that we want to do is we want to utilize the particular method. Okay, copy file sync method. Want to utilize that. Please do remember JavaScript is a case sensitive language. Okay, when you are creating something in the case sensitive language, you have to make sure that you are using the small letters, the capital letters in the exact same manner. If you're making a spelling mistake, if you're making stuff capital and small, it is not going to work for you. So usually my suggestion is don't be afraid, copy paste stuff. Okay, for example, right over here, I'm also going to copy paste it so that I'm not making any mistake right over there. Okay, so to use it, it is very simple. Fs dot, okay, fs dot, okay, control V, copy file sync. That is what we're going to do. And then it is going to take in two parameters for us. It is going to take in two parameters for us, source and destination, src and dest destination. These are the two things that is going to take from us. From which file do I want to copy? To which file do I want to paste? That is the work of that, right? So we need to create those two files for us as well. So let's do that right over here. What was the command? I want to create a file called as first.txt or src.txt. What should be the command that I should write right over here to do first.txt or src.txt, guys? What command should I write in the terminal to do that? Can somebody let me know? What command should I write to do that, guys? Oh, Nikhil Power, very good, amazing, I love you. Okay, touch, touch, touch. Okay, and then we are going to have our src.txt. Okay, a text file I'm creating right over there. In a similar manner, I want to create the destination file as well. So touch dest.txt Okay, destination.txt as well. We have created both the files. If you want to check it up, you can do ls as well. So as you're able to see, dest.txt, index.js, src.txt, the files have been created. You want to watch it visually, you guys can just scroll from here. As you're able to see, both the files have been created. But these are empty files right now. As you're able to see, src.txt is completely empty, dest.txt is completely empty. So you want to put something inside the src.txt so that we are able to copy it up. I'm just going to copy this entire thing from here and paste it right over here. So inside of our src.txt, we are having some particular text, whereas inside of our dest.txt, it is completely empty. It is completely empty, guys. So we can go close both the files, okay, and we are going to convert this into backspace /src. We don't need the dot slash, so src.txt. So sorry, and dest.txt. Right, these are the two files that we want. So we'll save this, and we are going to run it. Okay, what is the difference between mkdir and touch? Hitesh Joshi, I want you to explain that, because I have already explained, right? So this is not something I have not taught. So I want you to explain me what is the difference. I know you are having a question, but if you have paid attention, I have already explained it twice. So I want you to explain it. Do not explain it to him, guys. I want him to find it out. That is how he will be able to learn. See, you need to understand something. A student only learns when he puts in the efforts. हर चीज अगर मैं मुंह में ठूसना चालू कर दूंगा ना बच्चे का, if you are having a kid or a dog, okay, and when you start feeding him from your hand itself, you will develop that habit. Spoon feeding का habit develop हो जाता है. That is not a very good thing. Let a particular person explore a bit. That is how a programmer actually learns. If I had a particular person who was spoon feeding me, it would have been very difficult for me to reach where I am currently at. So let people a little bit. See, if I see a particular question and I feel genuinely that needs to be answered, I will definitely do that, right? But I want you guys to become good programmers, guys. I love you guys like anything. You guys are amazing. You guys have stayed with us for a very long period of time. Some of you guys have stayed with us for a longer period of time than anybody else. So I want to see some of you guys succeed. Most of you guys succeed in life. And to do that, I want to see you guys grow, right? So again, that is up to you guys. Of course, I'm not going to force you guys to grow, right? Okay, so right over here, guys, once I save it, let's run it up. Okay, now how to run this particular file? The first way is to click on this play button. Okay, just click on this play button, do Control Enter, it will run this file. But we are programmers right now. We're going to use the terminal to do it. To use the terminal to run this file, we have to use Node. We have to tell Node to run it, okay, because that environment is the runtime environment. So Node is going to run this for us. Node, run the file index.js. So node index.js, that is the name of our file, will run this file for us. So let us press enter, and it has run right over there. So node index.js, that is how you run a particular file called as index.js, guys. So go back into our dest particular text. As you're able to see, everything that was present inside of source.txt got pasted inside of our dest.txt, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Yes? Okay. Now, what was the point of this? The point of this was how easy, if I wanted to do the exact same thing using pure JavaScript, it would have just been impossible for me. Impossible for me. Your entire Node.js is actually written in C++. For many of you guys who didn't know, your entire Node.js, a little part is written in C as well, but mostly in C++. That is what Node.js is made up of. Okay, and there's a layer that basically helps JavaScript interact with it. Somebody out there in the entire world created this entire file system package so that JavaScript developers were able to interact with files, right? That is what happened right over here. Now, in the exact same manner, there must be so many different things that developers have already done. For example, I want to create an authentication system. My user should be able to put in his email, his password, and he should be able to sign into a particular platform. Somebody in the entire world would have already done that, right? I don't have to code it from scratch. What if I was able to steal that code? Not steal exactly, but what if I was able to borrow that code for him? Let's think about it in such a way. Okay, let me explain it to you guys in a new manner so that you guys are able to understand it much more accurately. I love using shitty ass examples. I feel so that is my USP, right? Okay, so let's try to understand this, guys. Oh shit. What the fuck? Abhilash, what is the use of what? I'm not able to see your message due to that heart being present mode in copy file sync. Go and explore the documentation, read about it, right? Okay, so right over here, guys, let's say this is my house and this is my backyard. Okay, my house is very small and this is my backyard right over here. I want to have a tree in my backyard. This is what I want to have. What are the options available to me? The first option is I can dig a small hole. I can place a seed inside of it. I can water it up for like, let's say 30 years. Okay. I can water it up for 30 years to get a tree. That's my first option, right? 30 years, water a plant, put in fertilizers, make sure you are putting up pesticides, and then I get a tree. Or the second particular thing that I can do, instead of doing this, what can I do is I will dig a big hole. I'll dig a very big hole right over here in the backyard. I will go and find a tree that I like. There's some tree out there in the wild. I'll go and find that tree. I will uproot it through with its roots. So these are its roots. I'll dig a hole in such a way that I uproot the entire tree. I'll bring this tree, put it inside of this particular hole itself and fill it up with soil. And I will be able to have a tree in my backyard in less than a day. Less than a day, I'm able to have a tree in my backyard. What will you prefer? Will you prefer to wait for 30 years to get a tree in your backyard? Because I don't know, you can die as well during that period. Or will you prefer to have a tree installed in your backyard within a day? What would you like to have? Which particular path will you take up? Please let me know. Second option, right? No brainer, right? Second option, right now if I tell you that Zepto, Blinkit, Denso nahi kaam karega and you have to go to a particular shop to buy stuff, for me it will be like a headache. Like Zepto, Blinkit has made our life so miserable that 10 minutes delivery has become a life. We want everything to be very fast in life, and that is good for as well. Okay, you should. Okay, so that is the point that I'm trying to say. So this is where a particular thing called as NPM comes into picture, or Node Package Manager. Okay, Node Package Manager, guys, NPM. So what is NPM? When you use Node modules, okay, you use Node modules like FS, right? What we have used right now. It is already pre-installed with Node. It comes with Node directly. We are directly able to use it. But developers all across the globe create their own modules as well. They will create their own node modules, different node modules. Someone will create an authentication node module. Somebody will create a particular GIF node modules which you can use to generate random GIFs. Somebody will be using a random like number generator module itself. He'll create that. And they will all upload it online to NPM. Node Package Manager, guys, and you can just download packages that you need. You can download your modules that you need right over there, install it and directly use it like FS without writing that code. If I want to have an authentication system, I don't have to create my own authentication system. I can just find a particular node module that does that for me. I will just install it into my node environment itself. I bring another functionality in my node module. Think about it like you are having swords, you are having guns, you are having shields already present in your node environment in the battlefield itself, but you want like a sniper rifle. Okay, you want a sniper rifle that is not present in your node module. So just going out, getting a sniper rifle that somebody has already made for their environment, and you're like, hey bro, can I borrow it for a while? And you use it inside of like for killing the lion. Okay, that is up to you guys how you want to use it, right? So let us try to explore NPM right now. I will go to NPM. npmjs.com. Okay, npmjs.com, guys. This is the npm page. Again, it is for free for us developers, but when you get into a big company itself, company pays for it. So for us developers, it is completely for free. We can use it as much as we want. So I will show you guys one of the shitty ass packages just to show an example of how to use npm. So you're gonna search for supervillains. Okay, we are going to search for supervillains. So this is a and see guys, you search for any particular package, okay, and you guys can just read about it, what it does for you. Okay, it has its own particular what do you call this, as documentation, so you can go through it, how to use it, what does it does, and all that. Okay, so right over here, this is a supervillains package that has been created, module that has been created by somebody, that generates random supervillain names for us. It generates random supervillain names for us, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. It generates random supervillain names for us. So we don't have to go on collecting supervillain names, putting it inside of JavaScript, then generating a random name from that. We don't have to do that. Somebody has already written all that code. You can directly just use it. You can directly just use it right over there, guys. Now, how to use it? You can just go through it. Okay, first we need to install it. To install it, we need to use npm. To use npm, we need to initialize npm. Why? Because this is basically you putting a tree in your backyard. But to put a tree in your backyard, you need that hole in the backyard first. If I want to put a tree in my backyard, first thing that I want to do is create a hole in my backyard, right? So that we are able to insert that entire tree right over there. So the first thing that we need to do is initialize the npm right over there so that we can use it. Create the hole right over there. To initialize npm, it is very simple. npm init. npm init. That will initialize npm for you. So I'm currently initializing it. So package name intro to node, will keep it as same, version 1.0.0. Description basic npm example. Entry point index.js, test command nothing, git repository nothing, keywords nothing, author Shaurya Sinha, license ISC, we'll keep that as that. Is that okay? Okay. So we have already initialized npm, guys. npm init, that is how you create that hole in your backyard. Now we want to uproot this particular tree and put it inside of our hole. To do that, you just have to write npm install supervillains. Again, if you make any kind of spelling mistakes, if you make any kind of capital letters, small letters, problem statements, it is not going to work for you. It is going to show you an error or install some other package for you. So make sure you are putting up the right spelling. Make sure you're putting up the right particular capital and small letters as it is. So usually I'll suggest do a copy paste itself. That is the best thing that you can do to make sure you're not making any kind of errors. So command shift V, sorry. So instead of the terminal, if you want to paste something, it is command shift V. Do not do command V. It will not work. Okay, command V does not work inside, or control V, whatever you guys are using. So use command shift V or control shift V, guys. That is going to paste the stuff inside of your terminal. Once you do that, you press enter. So it will install the supervillains package for you. As you're able to see, it is currently installing the supervillains package for us, guys. And yeah, the package has been installed for us. Once we have installed the package, we're going to go back to our code, guys, index.js. And just like the file system package, we are going to use the supervillains package. Just like that, nothing to be changed right over there, guys. For example, what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy the spelling again to make sure that there's no spelling mistakes. I'm just going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my code. I'm going to change the name of the particular package that I want to use. That is the supervillains package. I will go to the documentation, how to use it. So supervillains.random will generate a random supervillain name for me. But I want to print it out as well, right? I want to print it out. So how to print out something, guys? I know this particular line of code is going to create a random supervillain name. How to print something out inside of JavaScript, guys? Can somebody let me know? We have already discussed this. So I'm seeing how to use the supervillains package. Using this particular line of code, supervillains.random. This will generate a random supervillain name for me. I want to print something out. How to print something out inside of the JavaScript, guys? Console.log. Amazing. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go back to my code. I'm going to remove all this. console.log, and I'm going to put up supervillains.random and then your semicolon at the end, and I'm going to just run this. How to run this particular file, guys? What is the command that I should write to run this file? What is the command that I should write to run this file, guys? Please let me know. What is the command that I should run to run this file, guys? What should I write? Node index.js. Okay, so node index.js, and as you're able to see, we are getting the first random supervillain name, that is Kang the Conqueror. I'll run it again, I'll get another supervillain name. Okay, Malstorm. I'll run it again and I'll get another supervillain name, Mr. I cannot even spell that. So they who wield power, that is a very shitty ass Deuce Charger. That is also not a nice supervillain name. Ratcatcher, not a nice supervillain name. Okay, Harley Quinn is a nice supervillain name, right? Claw, okay, that is Black Panther. Bane, that is from Batman. Okay, what else? Seducer. I feel so I've heard a particular. Okay, I am watching a lot of reels nowadays. I should just stop doing that. Okay, so as you're able to see, there are millions of npm packages that are out there. This is just an example for you guys. That is the reason why I've used a simple example right over here, so that you guys are able to understand that this is very easy. You can use any kind of package that is available online. You can go through them, you can use them. One of the packages that are available on npm that is important for us to use is the Express.js package. One of the packages that are available on npm to use right over there is the Express.js package, guys. And this is the package that we are interested in, right, to create our backend. So as I told, like, somebody created the Express.js as a package, they put it up on npm itself, and now you don't have to create your own backend framework. You can directly install it using npm and directly use it. So npm not understand. What are you not able to understand in npm? Please let me know. I'll help you out with that. So don't say that I don't understand. Like, what the fuck? Like, what I was explaining then, right? Explain to me what you were not able to understand. Okay. Then only I will be able to help you out, because I also need to understand what did you not understand. Okay, so one of the packages right over there is the Express.js package. That is what we are going to install right now. A simple installation will do, guys. A simple installation is going to do. So if I want to install the Express.js package, what do I need to do first, guys? What do I need to do first? Please let me know. What do I need to do first, guys? Please let me know. Dig a hole, but I already have the hole. Once you do npm init, okay, once you dig the hole, guys, it's already there. You don't have to dig it again and again for the same project. It's already there. Then now you can fit multiple trees in the same hole. You can fit as many trees as you want in the same hole. You want to create a forest, you can create a forest right over there. So you don't have to initialize npm again. You can directly install Express. You don't have to initialize npm again, guys. The first thing that we're going to do is we are directly going to install Express for us. Let's see the particular command for that. We'll just scroll down, blah 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 blah. Okay, yeah, here we have got npm install Express. We're just going to copy that up and we're going to paste it inside of our terminal. Again, for paste, Control Shift V, guys. Please remember, Control Shift V, not Control V. Press enter and it will install the entire Express package for us. It's going to take up a few seconds, guys. We will have to wait for that. Apna program, you don't have to worry. You can ask questions, but it's fine. If you're not able to understand npm, it's fine. I'm able to understand that. You don't have to be afraid to ask questions, but I will require a little bit more than I'm not able to understand npm, right? Because you can just scroll back the video and watch it again if that is what you want. But if you're not able to understand something, you have to let me know exactly what. Then I will be able to help you out, right? That is the point that I'm trying to say. Okay. So we have installed Express. Then we have to use it as well. So we'll remove this and replace it by Express right over here, guys. Control C, and we'll go back. Control V, Control V. Wee. Okay. Now, there is a server. What is a server, guys? Server is a normal computer. Specialized work is to hold a backend code inside of it. But again, it is a normal computer. How does a computer interact with its surrounding? Do you guys know that? Like, how is your keyboard attached to your computer? How is your computer connected to your Wi-Fi? How is your computer connected to a Bluetooth? How is your computer connected to your mouse? How is your computer able to connect with the other parts of the computer? How does a computer connect with all these different things? Do you guys know that? Oh, wire. Okay, no, that is not the right thing. No, not CPU. Hitesh, Shi Joshi, yes, we have to do that. I explained that, right? Var and const, the pi example. OS, no. Fiber wire, no. Radio frequency, no. What is yarn? अरे बेंचो तुमसे क्वेश्चन जो पूछा पहले वो तो बताओ. Sort of interpreter, no. Bluetooth, no. IoT, no. Network, no. OS, no. Wireless, no. Input output processor, no. Kernel, no. The answer to this is ports. Ports. Port. P-O-R-T-S, ports. That is the answer to this question. For example, how do your computer connect to your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth? There is something called as a network card. That is what helps a computer connect to Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth and all these wireless things. That network card gets connected to the computer through some ports. Your particular display of your computer, your keyboard of your computer, your mouse of your computer itself, all this is connected to your computer through ports. The ports are what helps a computer interact with the outside world. Okay, so when you are sending a GET request, you guys remember GET request from tomorrow's class, yesterday's class, not tomorrow's. You guys remember GET request from our yesterday's class, guys? Do you guys remember it, or have you guys forgotten about it? You guys remember that? GET request. Yes, you guys remember GET request. So where is this GET request coming into the computer at? Where is this GET request coming inside of the computer? So again, for the computer to get a GET request, that GET request comes as one of its ports. These are actually physical beings, okay? These are actual physical pins that are there inside of the computer. So the GET request actually gets received at one of the ports, because the ports are the way for the computer to interact with the outside world, okay? So right over here, guys, we want our backend. What does our backend do? Our backend code, what does it do, guys? It should receive those particular requests from those ports. It should receive those requests from those ports, guys. How are we going to make sure that it receives that? We have to tell our backend to keep on listening at one of these ports. We have to tell our particular computer, our backend code itself, that bro, you are going to receive some requests on a certain port. You have to sit there and listen for it. If you get any particular request, let me know. But you have to continuously listen on that particular port. If you're not listening on that port, the request will come and our backend code will never know about it, right? So what we're going to do right now is that we're going to ask our particular, we are going to create first of all a new const, okay? Const app is equals to express. Okay, this is going to let us, okay, I forgot to put up the n. So this is usually how we use Express.js. Okay, we have stored it inside of Express, but we call the entirety of the Express so that we are able to use it as app. I don't want to write Express again and again and again, so I just put up an app itself. This is usually the norms, okay, of how you can ignore it. You can directly use Express as well, but this is how usually a backend code is written. That is the certain norms that is getting followed everywhere, so we also have to oblige by that. Now we're going to ask our app to listen to port 3000. Now there are going to be multiple ports, guys, okay? There are multiple ports in your computer, not just one, not just two. There are multiple ports in your computer, guys. There are, I think, somewhere around 6,000 or 7,000 ports on your computer. There might be more than that as well on some devices. There are a lot of different ports right over there, but most of it, the ports are actually already in use. Some of the ports might be used to connect with the network cards. Some of the ports might be used to connect with the display. Some of the ports might be used to connect with other particular items in your computer itself. So they're already in use. Most of these ports are already in use. There's some free ports that you can always use. For example, the port 3000, the port 3030, the port 8080, the port 8000, the port 5000. These are the ports that are usually available, freely available at all times. They are already freely available. They are usually never in use. But always do remember, do not put some random port name if that is already in use. There has been times when some of the students' laptops have completely shut down because of like a port getting destroyed. So you don't want to do that. Okay? You don't want to do that, guys. So I'm going to ask my app, that is my backend app, to listen on the port 3000. Now if I run this, let us go back. If I run this right over here, node index.js. Oh, did I save it? Control S, enter. So as you're able to see, it feels as if my shell has hanged. It feels as if my shell has hanged, guys. It is not showing a new dollar sign. It is. I just ran the node index.js and now it is not working. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this, guys? Please let me know. Yes, it feels as if our port has hanged right over there, right? So what is happening right over here is that because when I ran node index.js, our app started listening on the port 3000. Now that is a continuous process. Your code is actually continuously running. It hasn't ended running. When it will end running, then this shell will get free for you. Right now it is busy. Your code is continuously running. It is continuously listening on the port 3000. When I will close the server, this is what happens. When I close the server, then this particular shell will get free for me, because right now my app is just listening on the port 3000. So this does not feel nice, right? It looks as if my code has hanged. I don't know if my server is running or not. I have no idea about it. So let's do one thing. Let's put up a particular message right over there to be showcased on my screen. In the case, like when I'm starting my server, I should just get a message right over there. Server has started on port 3000. So I'm fine with it that, okay, it has not hanged. The server has started, everything is working well. I can continue coding, right? So for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create. So you guys remember variables? You guys remember variables? What does variable contain inside of it? Some value, right? What does variable contain inside of it? Some value. Like value Shaurya Sinha will contain a value 3000. It can contain anything inside of it. And then instead of writing Shaurya Sinha again and again and again, I can just write Maggie. I can just write the variable name itself that refers to that particular value. Now the same thing happens inside of coding as well. I want to run a code again and again. I want to use it again and again. So instead of writing that same line of code 50 times, 100 times, I can store it inside of a variable. This type of variables are called, which stores code inside of it, are called as functions. The technical term for these variables that store code inside of it instead of values. Okay, we are not storing values anymore. We are storing code inside of it, are called as functions, guys. Okay, so I'm going to create a function right over here. This is called as an anonymous callback function. The technical name for this particular function that I'm going to create right now is anonymous callback function. So function, like a variable, we give it a variable name, right? We give it a nickname, for example, Maggie, or for example, const, or for example, app. These are all variable names itself, right? But this particular function, we are not going to give it a name because we are never going to use it. This function is only going to be called, it is only going to be used if our app started listening on the port 3000. If this line of code gets executed properly, then only that code that is stored inside of this function is going to be used. So we don't need to put a name because we are never going to call it ourselves. It is an automatic thing. So this is called as an anonymous. Why anonymous? Because it does not have any name. And a callback function because it gets called only if this particular line of code works properly. To create that, it is very simple. Just like variables, we write function. Instead of writing var, Instead of writing var in variables, we write function, then parenthesis, and then curly braces. Whatever code you want this particular function to contain, that is console.log server is running on port 3000. This is the code that I want it to run. Okay, whenever the port 3000 starts working. Okay, whenever the port 3000, like our app starts listening on the port 3000, this particular line of code will start to run. Okay, that is what this function does. Again, this function has no name. This is how you create this particular function. It's a very simple function, guys. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. This might feel a little bit complicated for some of you guys, but are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. If you are not, let me know exactly what you are not able to understand, guys. This is very important. Anonymous callback functions is something that we are going to use again and again and again. Basically what it does is very simple. If this particular line of code works properly, then run this particular line of code. That is what it is saying. That is what it is saying. Call back if this works fine. Okay. Again, guys, if you're not able to understand, let me know exactly what you're not able to understand. I will help you guys out with this. It's very important for you guys. Okay, don't be afraid to ask questions, guys. Questions are the way of moving further, right? Do we not need to name the function? No, not at all, because I am not going to call this function at any particular point of time. Okay, I'm not going to call this function at any particular point of time, guys. It's a callback function, right? If this works properly, then automatically this function is called. So I don't need to give it a name. It's useless. It's just going to take up memory. Why should we listen? Null, because I gave the entire example. Like that is a dumb question. That is not what I'm going to explain, because I explained it like taking up 10 minutes of the time to actually make you guys understand why listen works, what are ports and everything. So you should just scroll back the video and listen to it. Callback function versus functions. Very simple functions. You can call it at any point of time. Callback functions is not a type of functions. It is a utility of functions. For example, I can use a ball to play tennis as well as cricket. The ball is not different. The ball still remains the same. It is like a tennis ball and a cricket ball. Try to understand that. I can use the same ball to play tennis. I can use the same ball to play cricket. The ball is not different. But when I'm playing cricket, I will call it as a cricket ball. When I'm playing tennis, I'm going to call it as a tennis ball. So that is the main difference between callback function and function. Okay. It is still a function. It's still a normal function itself. We call it as a callback function because the utility right over here is to be called back whenever this runs properly. There's no difference between the two. Okay. Okay. So now that we have done this, we'll save it. We'll again run our particular code once again. So node index.js. And this time, as you're able to see, we're getting server is running on port 3000. Let us open the website for this particular code. So the backend that we have created, it will have a website to it as well, right? This cannot happen like there's a backend and there's no website to it. So let's open that website and see what happens. Okay. So this is the website right over here, guys. This is the website that we have created. This is the front end to our backend. As you're able to see, if I try to open up the website, I'm getting a message on my screen. Cannot get /. And this is where I'm going to drop the mic. This is what we're going to understand in our tomorrow's class, guys, that what does this mean? Why is this error coming up? How can we make sure that we are able to get this solved? And how can we create our very first working backend code tomorrow? Okay. Are you guys able to understand what I'm saying right now? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this right now? Please let me know, guys. This is where I'm going to stop the class. This is where what we are going to continue from tomorrow. Very exciting, very amazing, guys. And there's not a homework, but I expect you guys to do it. If you do it, it's good for you. If you don't do it, यार तुम्हारा लॉस है, मेरे को क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है. ऐसा तो है नहीं कि भाई तुम नहीं करोगे तो मेरा oh my god, I'm going to die right now, right? This is not going to happen, right? So I'm going to suggest you guys that whatever we have practiced in today's class, without watching the video, try to do it on your own. If you're stuck somewhere, do a Google search, try to figure it out. Do not use ChatGPT, do not use any kind of AI. Try to search it on Google, try to understand stuff up, and whatever you're searching, do not just be like, oh, line of code, I got it, okay, copy paste it. No, read through it properly, try to understand it. If you are stuck somewhere, you're not able to understand something, search a little bit more about that. This is how you will be able to learn a lot more faster and better than the rest of the people. You have, in current scenario for internships and job roles, you have to stand out from the crowd to get the best ones. Otherwise सब वही 3-4 लाख के पैकेज पे निकलोगे और कुछ तो अनप्लेस्ड रह जाओगे. If you want to get like 20 lakhs package, 18 lakhs package, 30, 40 lakhs package, you have to stand out from the crowd. And this is what is going to help you guys out. I'm expecting you guys to do it. Again, if you're not going to do it, that's your problem, not mine. This is my suggestion. That is all I can say, you guys. Okay, and done. So that will be it for our today's class. Again, I'm not going to take up the second attendance. The attendance has already been taken up just because I like it. I don't want to take up the second attendance. The attendance has already been taken up. For those people who are late, be present on time in the class, guys. Otherwise, you are not going to get the attendance link. You are always going to miss up on the attendance. And that is your problem, not mine. You have to be present throughout the entire class to get the attendance, right? So, yeah, so have a great day ahead, guys. For those who have already missed the attendance, come to class on time, get your attendance. Don't come here just for the attendance. Otherwise, I'm going to make sure you're not going to get the attendance. Okay, thanks so much, guys. And please do practice what I've said to you guys today. Try to do it. Even if you don't, I don't really care about it. But if you listen to me, you will be able to grow a lot faster than the other students. Okay, so thanks so much, guys. We'll meet in our tomorrow's class at the same time. We'll continue from right over there. Thank you so much, guys. I love you guys. Bye 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 bye.